I'm Rose Della, the Artistic Director and Principal of the Center for Indigenous Theatre. CIT is a post-secondary performing arts training center. We offer a 3- and 4-year full-time conservatory-style education. Our program is designed to connect theater training with traditional and contemporary Indigenous cultural practices to advance artistic development, industry and business practices, and ultimately to cultivate professional opportunities. You will come here to train, to learn, to grow, to become the emboldened and inspired voices of tomorrow, the new generation of passionate Indigenous culture creators, to tell your stories in your voice.
Bonjour, Bidwa a Gijgokwe Dishnakas, Megaze Dodem. We are grateful to live and work and learn on this land and acknowledge the traditional caretakers of this land. The Huron-Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Anishinaabe. Chimigwech caretakers, Chimigwech Kakamekwe.
Welcome to the Center for Indigenous Theatre. My name is Pearl.
And my name is Princess. We are current students at CIT, and we're happy that you've joined us today.
We're here to answer all the questions about our school and how you can become a student in our class.
Have you thought about pursuing a career as an artist? Let us know in the comments below.
If you're watching us right now, you probably have some questions in mind about the Center for Indigenous Theatre and what we're all about. Feel free to leave those in the comments as well.
We'll start with a little history on CIT and show you what the program and school year may look like. Then we'll go over our COVID-19 health and safety protocol, as well as how to apply and get into the program.
During our short time today, you will also get to view a feature of our first in-person showcase in the last 2 years. We were able to sit down with one of CIT's faculty members, who is also an alumni, and laughed. So stay tuned for those clips.
Let's jump in with a brief history lesson. CIT was founded by James Buller and was originally a 6-week program called Native Theatre School. The Native Theatre School was then renamed Center for Indigenous Theatre in 1994. We went on to become a full-time program in 1999. We then expanded to a 3-year program in 2002 and then added a 4th year in 2018.
If you are still wondering about what we're all about, CIT is a post-secondary program that provides in training, acting, voice, and movement. We also offer cultural classes that focus on dance, song, and oral history. We have partnerships across Canada that we will share different experiences with throughout the year. We offer opportunities for land-based teachings with Debajamajig, storytellers in Manitowoc, and Onwetogsi in Nipissing First Nation.
Now it's time for a feature from December's production.
A long, 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 long time ago.
A long, 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 long time ago.
So when my dad was just a little guy, he was left home alone, and he started to cry.
Mom, are you there? Can I have a cookie? She always had cookies. She hid those cookies because she was diabetic.
He'd seen this little guy, this little man, coming up to him. And he was wearing blue pants, a tiny shirt, and a tiny hat. And he had a walking stick.
Mom, are you there? She always loved my dancing. She knew I could achieve anything. Mom, are you there? I was left off with my grandparents. Basement. Reserve. I was fighting my own battles.
And the little man started rubbing and rubbing and rubbing his back. And then he told him, "It's okay, don't worry, they'll be back." And
Mom.
then he fell asleep.
Are you there? Can I have a cookie? She said, "Go ahead." That was her gift to me. Go ahead in life. Reach your dreams, even if it's cookies.
And he looks around and he sees that his family's back. And he reaches into his pocket and he takes out the little hat. Luscious. Luscious. Luscious.
You know, my hair wasn't always this luscious.
When I was 5, 6, 14, 8. 5, 6, 14, 8. When I was 5, 6, 14, 8.
When I was a little kid, my hair went all the way down to my butt.
Luscious.
It was luscious.
Luscious.
Us young men, the strength is in our hair. It's the connection to our spirit. One day, I went to the mall and I got lost. And some lady came up to me and said,
"Are you lost, little girl?"
I'm not a little girl.
"I'm not a girl, I'm a warrior."
And so I cut my hair. And I cut my hair. And I cut my hair.
All the way until I was 18, I always got bowl cuts. I lost all connection to my spirit. One day, an elder came up to me and said, "You need to grow your hair out. Reconnect with your ancestors." So I did. I grew my hair for a year now, as you can see. Because I'm a warrior. Hoka-hey!
I love being in that showcase. What was your favorite part, Princess?
I really enjoyed performing for the first time as a group.
Back to our program. Here's the outline of our current school year. The first cohort of our first year students started school in September. We began with an orientation period of CIT in Toronto. Students then enrolled into full-time training with a winter break in between our studies. We are now continuing our training from January until May, leading up to graduation.
Due to COVID-19, special protocols have been put into place. This includes, but is not limited to, mandatory social distancing and facial coverings, as well as sanitization and screening before entering CIT's studios. The health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff members is of the utmost importance.
That may leave you wondering what your class schedule might look like during the school year. As our current health and safety regulations continue to develop, your training may be influenced by COVID-19 regulated provincial guidelines. Here are your schedules. As you can see, we've had mostly in-person training this year. You have a variety of classes at CIT throughout the year, such as dance, voice, physical theater, singing, and story creation.
It is now time for our interview with Ange Loft.
Hi, my name's Ange Loft. I am a teacher at Center for Indigenous Theatre. I teach story creation. I'm also Associate Artistic Director of Jumbalee's Theatre and a hired gun around town.
Nice. When was your first time hearing about the Center for Indigenous Theatre?
The first time I heard about Center for Indigenous Theatre was actually following up on a experimental theatre class that I was attending at Concordia. So I learned about CIT essentially through researching Muriel Miguel when I learned about her experimental theater company in New York. So I was just really interested in what kind of work she did, and yeah, I just wanted to come here to learn how to make my own work as opposed to making Western style theater, which is what I was doing when I was at Concordia. Well, I think coming to Toronto was like a professional upgrade for me, I think, in the first place. So when I started coming to school here, I started putting out my feelers right away, thinking about where I'm going to be doing summer job placements, who I want to work with afterward, who should I keep in contact with after being here for the 3 years that I was here. So some of the places that I ended up working with and the people that I ended up working with right out of school were people that were training me in school. So people that were part of productions, working in design work, and then so I started working with those people right away. So it was actually a direct connection to the contacts I made at CIT that let me kind of get into this community arts, design, and like multidisciplinary art processes that I'm working in now. Some of the people that I think are the most inspiring are people that I see in and around my community, particularly people who've managed to make work happen throughout the pandemic time. Dramaturges, I love the work of Monique Mojica. I am very appreciative of the work of Yolanda Bonnell. People who work in a bit of an embodied fashion, people who are willing to tell women's stories, focused on land, but also focused on just really playing with the forms and shapes of what the stories we're telling are. So yeah, I'm really, really inspired by some of those kind of processes of dramaturgy, looking at alternative story structures.
Yeah. Thank you, Ange.
Did that inspire you to want to apply? Let us know in the comments below. Wondering what requirements are needed to apply to the Center for Indigenous Theatre? You must identify as First Nations, Métis, or Inuit. You must be 18 years of age or older. You need a grade 10 English level or higher. Have an interest in acting, movement, voice, self-discovery, and theater, as well as an interest in exploring Indigenous culture and knowledge.
Now that we've gone over the requirements, here are the important documents that you must submit while applying to Center for Indigenous Theatre. They include
an updated resume, a 500-word essay expressing your interest in theater and coming to CIT, 2 references that can vouch for your interest in theater, a photocopy of your health card, and an audition video of you doing some script work.
To help you with your audition, we've created a how-to video. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Sam Twin. I'm a 4th-year student here at Center for Indigenous Theatre.
Hi, I'm Teresa Kutneff, and I'm also a 4th-year student at the Center for Indigenous Theatre.
We'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do your monologues and get them sent into CIT.
Yes, so first find an age-appropriate monologue for yourself. Use something from the Indigenous canon, something like from Thompson Highway, Drew Hayden Taylor, Kenneth T. Williams. Do you have any more?
Keith Barker, Alanis King, and if you have any troubles finding anything like that, you could email CIT and we'll provide you with a monologue.
So Sam, what did you do for your audition into CIT?
I did Isaac from Thunderstick by Kenneth Williams. What about you? What did you do?
I was sent a collection of different story pieces from Coyote City. What to wear, wear something simple, neutral colors, something that you're comfortable and confident in.
Yep. And you know, there's not really a time limit for it, but it should be around 3 minutes.
If you have any other skills that you want to show, like singing, dancing, hand drumming, anything and everything, feel free to submit it. But you do have to have a monologue.
Unless, of course, you're a storyteller and you have a story, then you could submit that instead of the monologue, but no accents, please.
And the most important thing is to have fun. And if you stumble, that's okay.
Yep.
You can do it over and over as many times as you feel. Have any other difficulties like doing your monologue or audition?
Probably the hardest part was memorizing it all, and I had somebody film it for me. I did not know that it was best to film it with a neutral background, so I filmed it just in a living room and there was a lot of things in the background, but it worked out. And you don't need a professional camera. We're doing this on an iPhone 10. You can stack it up on some books or put it on a table, whatever you gotta do. As long as it's capturing basically from half of your torso up so we can see your shoulders and your head. You could have a relative or somebody hold the camera for you and you could just send that into CIT.
Have fun.
There are ongoing requirements in order to remain in the program. Curious on what it takes to be a CIT graduate? You are expected to be on time and present for all classes, and you must actively be looking for funding while you attend your studies. Tuition costs each year are $3,750.
Now it is time for some more story weaving from the December showcase.
Prince Charles School, Southgate Mall. Growing up, all I could do was window shop. After school, I would go to the mall and look at all of the different things that I couldn't buy. I remember this one time, I walked into this shoe store, and this very nice lady approaches me and she says, "Hurry up and buy!" So I left that store and I said, "One day I will be back and I will buy!"
Money, 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 must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 always sunny in the rich man's world.
I remember this one time, my auntie offered me $20 to shovel the sidewalk. Of course I said, and I started shoveling.
All the things I could do if I had a little money. It's a rich man's world.
Where's my 20?
Where's
my
20?
20?
The possibilities are endless. Prince Charles School, Southgate Mall, Dollarama. And with that $20, I went to Dollarama and I bought toys, and I bought puzzles, and I bought Legos, and I bought a drink.
You know, there was this lady at a round dance. There was this table. She was walking around this table. She was trying to tip it over or something. I was so scared. Everyone was just watching her. I think she was going through a mental breakdown or something. Nobody didn't do anything. She was about to faint.
And that $20 gave me hope that if I work for it, I can buy anything.
Money, 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 must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 always sunny in the rich man's world. Oh.
Hey,
I'm
walk
walking
in
here.
here.
What the hell?
Amazing work, everyone.
Before you go, we would like to mention that there are alternative funding options if you are unable to receive financial support from your band. There are other organizations that you could submit applications to for funding. These include, but are not limited to, Inspire Foundation, Dreamcatcher Charitable Foundation, Métis Nation of Ontario, Canada Post, Mississaugas of the Credit, other local organizations. If you are in need of funding application assistance, contact us at Centre for Indigenous Theatre. No student has ever been turned away for a lack of funding.
Please make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook to stay updated on CIT news and updates.
We would like to thank our funders. With their generous support, we are able to provide a school for our students. The Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, the Toronto Arts Council, Misway Beak Aboriginal Employment and Training, Hastings Park Foundation of Rights and Freedoms, and Ontario's Arts Freedoms.
Thank you for attending CIT's program info session. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you.
See you soon!